Kevin, are you on?
I'm on.
I don't think it's Wilma is on.
Uh, Let me check.
I just tried calling her and she didn't answer.
Wilma signed in, but she's
Oh,
not
she
on the
did.
call
That may
yet.
be. Let's see. Yeah. Are you on? You have to do the NA. Yeah. And okay, why don't you make the phone call instead? I really would like to get started, not too late. A lot of people are here. Okay, great. Okay. She didn't connect. When she gets on, she'll get on. Um, is it just two of us from the community board? I
I
thought
think
others were
so.
coming. Okay. I know that
Yeah, it's only the two of us. Yeah.
Addison he said he'll try. He's on vacation. I said, don't give up your vacation.
I think he's on spring break, so
Yeah, he's in
I don't expect him to
Montreal.
be here.
Right. He's going to try, but he doesn't have to be. Okay. It's 6:31. Should we get started,
Yeah.
Kevin? Yeah, when Wilma gets on, she'll get on. Um, do you want to give your speech?
All right. Give me 1 second, everyone. Welcome. If this is your first time joining us virtually, you will notice that you are currently muted, and everyone will remain muted throughout the meeting, except for the committee co-chairs, Barbara and Wilma, and any presenters as we move through the agenda. As we move through the agenda, the co-chairs will call on members of the public wishing to speak. You can participate by going to the reactions icon on your device and pressing the raise hand button, not the wave or thumbs up, as those will disappear. Only press it once. If you press it a second time, your hand will go back down. If you are on the phone, it is *9 to raise hand and *6 to unmute. Be on the lookout for a prompt asking you to confirm unmuting once the co-chairs call on you. The chat is available for technical support only to help with Zoom software problems, not to ask questions of the co-chairs. They will not see the chats. If you're using an older version of Zoom, you need to go to the participants section where you will find the raise hand feature there. Please do not raise your actual hand and wave at the screen because we may not be able to see you. Chat me, I'm here for support. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Barbara Rutter and Wilma Johnson will be here soon. Oops, I'm sorry. Um, we'll be here soon, I hope. But we'd like to get started and welcome everybody. I'm just going to say one thing that you've all filled out a form that's sent to the community board. We're going to be changing it, adding to it a little bit because there's always questions and it's just easier if people on the community board see the form. So if anybody wants to stay to the very end and give your input, please do. But we will be, voting on a new form that will be there. Nothing drastic. So same questions we ask all over again. I'm going to get started. Is anybody from the Friendship Walk Carnival here?
Yes, hi Barbara.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. I remember you from last year, I think. Am I right? But I just can't remember what you're a nursery school. I'm trying to
So
remember
we
what you were.
we there is a nursery school, but we do programming for kids, teens, young adults with special needs.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great. Want to tell us a little bit? I'll tell you
Yeah,
the type of
sure.
questions we're going to be asking. Do you have food? Is it going to be vendors? Where is the food coming from? Is there a garage for all of you? We'll ask these same questions. If there's a garage, what have you that will be blocking it and so on? Is it a fundraiser? And very importantly, one of the lines that we try not to cross is it open to the public, not only for passage, but for use also. So we'll get started. Thank you.
So this is, I think, it's our 10th or 11th
I
annual Community Fun Day.
knew that. I just couldn't. I said, I can't remember exactly what you were. Right. Thank you.
It's of course open to the public. Um, we'll have a bounce house rides. We have food from our from our center, 419 East 77th Street.
Oh, so you're not bringing some of the trucks in then?
No, we're not bringing any trucks, no outside vendors. And yeah, it's a wonderful day. The garage that used to be on the block closed down. So we've always worked it out with them, but that's we don't have to worry about that anymore. What else can I tell you? Yeah, it'll be the same as it has been every year. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, a lot of kids with special needs come by, a lot of the typical community. It's a really
And other kids, anybody walking
anybody
by?
welcome, completely open to the public.
So
Yeah.
if there's a bouncy, somebody can get on the bouncy. That's very
Yeah,
important.
absolutely.
And I think the answer for all, because everybody, I think, is a smaller one. You're not having other non-food neighbors coming in, a clothing store or anything. That
No,
would not be
nothing
part
like
of it.
that.
Yeah,
Nothing like
I
that.
assume not.
Yeah.
Does anybody have questions about it? Kevin, am I allowed to be the only one to vote?
So I see Judy is here, so
Oh,
Judy, if
great,
you're
Judy.
okay with that, I'll unmute you.
Great. I thought that,
Move to approve.
great. So I'll second it. Wilma hasn't come on again yet. Okay,
No, I don't think so.
great. Thank you
Oh,
so
she
much.
is, she is. Give one
great.
second.
Wilma, do you want a second?
Oh, but Wilma, your audio is not connected.
If not, she could call me and I'll keep it on speaker and we could hear what's said. It's another way of getting, if she can't get the audio to work.
Yeah, I don't see that Wilma's connected to audio, but she is here.
Does she hear us, do you think?
I don't know.
Tell her to put up her thumbs if she's voting yes.
I think that she's on a phone, am I right?
I'm not sure. Says here she does have video. Wilma, if
does?
you're approving this application, just give us a thumbs up. Or
And tell her she could call me. Wilma, if you hear us, call me and I'll put you on speak. I'll try to repeat what you say. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay well. Hope to see you next year.
Stay well and keep doing good work.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. So Purim is coming. We're having a Purim holiday fair from congregation. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Bet Edmund. Is that right? Is somebody here for that?
that is Jessica Z. If you're here, raise your hand. I don't see you in the participations list. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second, Jessica.
Hello.
Hi, Jessica. Did I
How are
pronounce that
you?
right? Edmund?
Bait Edmund, yes.
Great, thank you. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing and
Okay, so we're trying to have a Purim holiday fair for the kids, a kids party celebrating the holiday with some games, a bounce house, potentially a petting zoo, some like small pony rides. It's mostly for kids ages 4
Real
to
ponies?
12, give or take.
real ponies?
Yes, there is a vendor that we are trying to bring in if they're approved.
Great. Is this your first time? I don't remember this.
So this fair is our first time. Usually the holiday falls out a bit too early in the month, so it's too cold to do it. But because it's the holidays later in the month, we are hoping to be able to do it this year.
Have you
Since
had
it's
any
been nice.
fairs in the past? Have you done anything in the past?
We've done street closures in the past. Actually, we do a street closure on the street every year in September, October time for Simchat Torah, for services and holiday celebration, but not with, we have not done it with rides and games. And we're a partner, actually, I didn't even realize it was on the same meeting. We're a partner with JCRC for the street fair that's later in June that Howard will present, because I don't know.
Great.
That's not my department.
The same questions. Are you going to have food?
We are planning to serve food from the synagogue.
Okay.
maybe pizza in the area. No vendors.
Is there a garage on the street? That
There is not.
nothing like that.
No.
And asked if this is the first time. Okay, thank you. Should be fun. Purim, kids gonna get
Yeah.
dressed up.
I
A
hope
couple
so.
Esters on the street.
We hope so. Our theme, if we can get this pulled together, is Western. So we'll hope for some cowboys and Queen Esther's.
Okay, thanks. What Cowboys, I was surprised at.
Mm.
Judy,
Any theme is fun.
Wilma's still not connected, I guess, right?
Move to approve.
Great, thank you, and I'll
Thank
second
you.
it. And Kevin, are you able to see Wilma?
I'm gonna give her a call.
Okay, great, thank you. Thank you. The next one is the Strawberry Festival. We've seen that before, but with Marymount.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephanie Thawad from Mary Mum College.
Right.
And as you mentioned, Barbara, Strawberry Fest is our annual street festival for our students. It's become a great tradition at our school and for the community that helps us close off the academic year. This is happening on Thursday, May 2nd from 12 to 3 on East 71st Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues. We will be having 3 local food trucks. We do invite and we'll be having some local vendors like Breads Bakeries to promote the businesses that are in the area. We will be having some activities, student organizations, music. We won't be having anything that requires a generator. We will not be blocking the parking lot that is closest to 3rd Avenue. The neighbors will always be informed, as they have in the past, with letters at least a week prior to the event, and it will be accessible to the public to participate and to walk.
Right. Thank you. I know you have that every year. You have a couple a year, am I right? You have one at the beginning and one at the end?
Correct.
You just have the 2 a year, am I right?
Yes, Apple Fest in the fall.
That's right. Remember that.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judy, and
Move,
you'll let me know, Kevin, if Wilma is around.
move to approve.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
The next one is the 2024 Spring Fling that's sponsored by PS 267. Kevin, is somebody there?
Hi, Lauren Hubbard from PS
Hi,
267.
Lauren.
How are you, Barbara?
Good, thanks.
As a resident of 71st between 2nd and 3rd, I'm excited for Stephanie's festival.
They're all great. They're all fun.
Looking forward to the Strawberry Festival. Great. So thank you so much, Barbara, for having us. My co-volunteer Lonnie and I are here to represent PS 267, our local Eastside Elementary School, and to seek your approval for our 2024 Spring Fling, our annual street fair on Sunday, May 5th from 11 to 3. So we firmly believe that a vibrant elementary school is really important to our community. Spring Fling is our community event open to the entire neighborhood. We make efforts to draw in local vendors to provide food. This year we'll be using Two Boots Pizza as an example of a vendor we've used in the past, but we'll be providing food from local vendors, and it'll be an opportunity. We'll have rides, crafts, bounce houses, and a game and games for kids. No generators. It'll be held on East 63rd between 2nd and 3rd, and it's held on the day of the 5-borough bike tour. So the Queensboro Bridge is closed that day, and 63rd Street but from York Ave to between 1st and 2nd is also closed. So we're not worried about traffic
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. We try to be mindful when we schedule our spring fling.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me ask you about the food, if I may. So you're just going to have pizza delivered in boxes and all?
That's right.
Is that okay? My daughter did spring in New Jersey, and she was not allowed to have that because of contamination. The Department of Health made them have vendors, trucks. This would be safe and it's okay?
Yes, so we make sure that it's not all delivered at once. It doesn't sit out. So we make sure that it's refreshed through the day. There's only so many boxes on hand. There's no contamination issues, and we don't plan to bring in truck vendors.
That's great. And if the public, if a child wants a piece of pizza, it would be okay?
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. I'm sorry I interrupted you. You had more to
Not
say.
at all.
You're
No,
gonna
I
have
appreciate it.
bouncies and all of those fun things?
Yes, no amplified noise. It's an organic kid play event open to the community. And that is, oh, we do have garages on our block. So
Yes.
we provide the garages with several weeks' notice. And we have every year for the past the event predates me, so I apologize. I don't know exactly when the first spring fling was, but every year we notify the garages with sufficient time, and they have, in every case, been just fine. We come to an agreement every year. We notify the neighbors. There are signs posted. We notify every building. We go door to door in each building on the block to make sure everybody's well aware.
And of course, emergencies would be able to get through. I know that.
Absolutely.
Hospitals. Wonderful. Judy, Wilma's not on yet. Kevin?
Yes, well, I want to say something. I
Yeah,
live down
sure.
the block, and I've been coming since the first spring fair when the school opened. I'm also part of the local East 60s Neighborhood Association, which you folks are a member of. And it's always been a great fair. I've always enjoyed it every year when I've come. It's been very pleasant. I like to see all the kids and see what's going on. And I support it 100%. So I don't
Thank
think I can make a motion. I spoke.
Okay, then I think I'm the one that has to make the motion. I don't think anybody else is on. Kevin?
Wilma's trying to connect with her phone.
Okay. So I'll make it and Judy will second.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I have
Thank
to
you.
say, I'm
Would
an
you-
old PTA. I have grandkids now, but when my kids were young, I was PTA president. So these things are close to my heart.
Well, we very much look forward to having both of you at Spring Fling.
Thank
The
you.
kids will be thrilled. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Great. The next is the Greek Division Walkathon, and it's sponsored by Ronald McDonald House. Kevin, do you see them?
Yes, he is here. Spiridolo, I sent you a prompt to confirm unmuting. Just hit unmute.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
To unmute them. Okay, I got it. Good evening, everyone. Yes, it's our 29th annual Walk and
Right.
Spring Festival. And we're happy to host it again. With your permission, we basically what we do is we take out a day out of the year and we do a small celebration within the Greek. It's giving back and raise awareness of the house's mission within the Greek community. So it's open to the public. We give out breakfast in the morning, which is consists of bagels and coffee, and
Typical Greek fair, right?
yeah, it's like a very short, just to make
Right.
everyone be engaged and raise awareness of the house's mission. It's been a long time that the house has given so much to those kids, so we think it's our obligation actually to give back as well, like to raise awareness.
That's wonderful. And I know that you've done it over and over. So the food is just going to be bagels and coffee, nothing more. You're not bringing trucks in or anything like
Oh,
that.
no vendors or anything, no.
Is there any garages on the street?
They are, they are on 70 towards the end, towards York Avenue, but usually we don't really use the whole entire street, like, it's just like in front of the house. which is we're closer to 73rd Street and First Avenue. But we already post up the signage. I already explained to them that this is what's going on, what's going to happen on the 11th. They're all aware of what's going on.
And there'll be bouncy, there'll be games for the children and
Oh,
all.
no, nothing.
Okay.
Just a balloon twister, and we are having a face painter as well.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
Just small, just a small, maybe some Greek dancing, like some, or gymnastics that we have someone that comes in and performs from their school gymnastics and all that. It's like more of the kids, but bringing their parents as well. So it's an engagement of the Greek community and the house.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Barbara, I see Wilma is on, so Wilma,
Hi,
I'm gonna send
Wilma.
you the prompt to confirm unmuting. Wilma, it's *9. I don't see her unmuting. Wilma, let me know if you have any technical difficulties. Just shoot me a message.
Okay, Judy, do you want to?
A move to approve.
Thank you. Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
St. Joseph School. It's right on my street. Somebody from St. Joseph?
Yes,
Hi.
thank you. I'm Teresa Bernero, the principal of St. Joseph's. It's not our 29th, but it could be our 16th with approval for an annual street fair. We have a school that has pre-K 3 to grade 8, so it really is for the children, but it extends beyond to the community. We do have food, and it comes from our from the school. So there is food. Most years we have vendors, not too many, but we do have outside vendors that sell everything but food for us. We don't have a garage on the street. We use it as a party and a fundraiser for the school. It is open to the public, so we get traffic off First and York Avenue, that they're welcome to join us. For us, we do have signs up for people that they could be there. The neighborhood looks for it. We haven't had it since prior to the pandemic, so this could be our first year back. We don't have amplified sound. We do have the emergency access to it. So we run inflatable games for the children, to other activities for them, arts and crafts, face painting. We move up and do kind of a tag sale and use books, our food and the vendors. And we do take up the space, most of the space between First and York on 87th Street.
If it's a fundraiser, how do you raise the money?
In the ticket price. When you ride the games, that we do charge a fee for that.
And if it's the public, if some child wants to come along that doesn't belong, how do they get the tickets?
There is a big tent that says St. Joseph's, the 10 by 10 tents, and underneath it, we have a sign posted, buy your bracelet, buy your tickets here, with the pricing for it.
That's great. Okay. And it's the same price as the children in the school, or?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
If we do pre-sale, that might be a few dollars cheaper, but even our parents pay the day of. They wait for weather. We don't, but they do.
Oh, that's something I haven't been asking. What do you do if the weather is bad? You have it anyway?
Much to my surprise, one year we had it in the gym in the auditorium in a torrential downpour.
Right.
We did it inside, so it really didn't close the street. All our people came inside, and we had security in the building.
And you don't have an alternate date?
We don't have an alternate date, no.
Let me just mark it. It's tickets. Thank you. Wilma is still didn't unmute? Kevin?
No, I'll give her a call. But there's a member of the public who has a question,
Oh,
Jacqueline.
great.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
I am interested in volunteering for a task. If you're gonna have volunteers for the event.
For this one, for
Um,
St. Joseph's? Specifically, you're asking about St. Joseph's?
So I'm speaking about the entire event. I understand that it's a street fair.
Mhm.
I do hear the way you're speaking about it though makes me wonder, like it's raising questions. Like it sounds like it's a theme. It's a Greek street fair with a walkathon. Am I understanding
Well, that was
correct?
the last one. We're talking about St. Joseph's now, the St. Joseph's School. You would like to do it for the Ronald McDonald Free Church that's doing it for Ronald McDonald?
I'm really asking in general. I'm just
Okay.
wondering if you're gonna have a
I'm not
list.
sure if that would
of-
be each one individually. Does somebody want to answer?
I can wait until the end. I mean, if you have, I don't know if you're there yet where you are gonna speak to, a request, make a request for volunteers. But if so, I'm interested.
Okay, then
So
why
I
don't
hope
we
I'm not
ask
premature.
everybody that comes up? That wouldn't be up to the community board to say so. It would be up to each individual PTA or church or whatever to answer it. That would be a private thing to answer.
So
So
am I in the wrong meeting? I thought this was a meeting about the fair.
it
That,
is.
oh, okay.
What we
And this is
do,
a committee meeting. It
it
is a
is
committee
a
meeting?
community board meeting, right? And what
Okay,
we do is okay street closures because it's street closures. But the
sure.
individual managers of the fair, whether it's a PTA or whatever, are the ones that make their own rules. So we
Sure.
can ask each one individually.
Okay.
Is St. Joseph still on? I mean, I don't, and maybe if you contact the community board after, I don't know how to answer that, Kevin. Ask her, maybe they could send an email to all these people, to everybody that's been here to say if you want volunteers. It's very nice of you. That's a very nice thing to do. Kevin, do you have any idea how to answer this? Oh, he may be on the phone with it. Thank you, but keep listening and maybe you'll call the community board tomorrow or write to the community board info@cb8m.com and they could contact and connect you with some of the fairs that are going on.
Okay.
Barbara,
you.
I have a question.
Sure.
Teresa, since you're the first one who mentioned that you charge for these rides, everybody else seemed to be they seem to be free. What happens if a child comes up and let's say, and he says, I don't have, or she says, I don't have any money in my pocket. I'd like to take a ride, but I can't pay for it.
I am unmuted. What would happen is usually the child is chaperoned by an adult for it. We are a school, even though we're on the Upper East Side, we have children at or below poverty level and above. So we do have bands that we even give some of our children because they know they couldn't be there as a family event. If somebody said that to us, I don't think any of our parent volunteers or chairpersons running a subcommittee would turn them away. They'd probably say, go into the bouncy house for a minute, wait online, come see me, I'll let you into the bouncy house. That's how we work internally. Not everybody can afford everything, so we make sure there's some access for them.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can I go on to the next one? Is there any other questions?
Move to approve.
Yeah, I thought we did. Great, thanks. Kevin, Wilma's still not on, I guess, right?
Barbara, are you okay with maybe Wilma calling you?
I told her that to do that, yeah.
Okay, I will let her know.
Meanwhile, I'll go on to the next one, which is number 7, which is the Hunter College Elementary School, the Spring Carnival.
Yes, hi, how's everybody? My name is Anna Feldman. I am one of the carnival co-chairs, and I had the chance to speak to this group last year as well for this approval process. So thank you all for listening to me again. This is the, I think, 20-something year that we've done the carnival. I know there's been a record of at least 12 years in the SAPCO system. We have a carnival that's open to the community first and foremost. We are located on 94th to 95th Street between Park and Madison. So we have the entire block on that street. And the carnival that we hold will take place, most of it inside the school courtyard, but we do require a street closure for some inflatables that we will be having. We invite everybody from the communities. So it's an open event. The courtyard there is normally open for the school. Same with the carnival. We do not have any parking garages on 95th Street. We won't be having any vendors or any food trucks or anything like that. It's not that kind of carnival. It's just really for, obviously the community and also obviously for the elementary school children.
Just give me 1 second. I'll put you on speaker. I'm not sure how to do this. Not going on speaker. Lorraine? Okay, I can't, Lorraine, Wilma, I can't put you on speaker. It's not working. So you'll try to hear it and I'll repeat back. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. Okay, great. I'll keep my phone on. Okay, 1 second. Okay, Papa. I did have a question. Most of it, food. What are you doing about food? That's what.
Oh, food. Nothing much. We have some prepackaged food, and then locally we would get food from a local vendor like Famiglia is where we've gotten in the past if we needed pizza. But everything should be obviously from the neighborhood. So, but no food trucks or anything.
No trucks.
No. No.
Okay, I'm going to ask Wilma. Wilma, do you move to approve? Wilma moves to approve and Judy seconds.
I second. Right.
Okay, great. Great. The next one is the Red, White, and Blue Street Fair. That's from St. Ignatius. I know we had that last year also.
Hi, I'm Jeff from Brick Church, not from St. Ignatius, for the Strawberry Festival for Brick Church.
You're the Brick Church?
Yeah, I just got an unmute request.
Oh,
I think I'm number 8 on the list, but I don't know if you have a different list, maybe.
wait a minute. I think I did do. I'm sorry, I moved the wrong page. You're absolutely right in my notes. Let's do that one for the Brick Church first.
Okay.
Right.
Well, hi everyone. Thanks for having me.
Right.
So the Strawberry
Ask a question right off the bat so you can answer. We have 2 brick churches within 5 days or something of each other. Are you also for the Brick Church School Fair? And then there's the
So someone else is on this meeting for the school fair. I'm representing the church, not the school.
okay.
And we kind of operate as separate organizations. We
Okay,
are in the
that's
same
the answer
building,
we have.
but we,
Fine, right.
yeah.
And now, do you want to tell us about your fair then? Thank you.
So Strawberry Festival is this annual street fair that we do. It's kind of a celebration for the community. Everything there is open to the public. Everything is free. We get around 300 to 400 people coming through every year, and it's a lot of fun. There's free food, which is hot dogs, veggie dogs, strawberry shortcake. All of that is prepared by Brick Church volunteers and staff on site in our facilities. We have a 3-piece brass band who performs unamplified. There's an area for kids' activities and games. It's like craft tables. There's a face painting station, some beanbag toss games, sidewalk chalk, possibly a couple of other things. But it's all Pretty
Yes.
simple stuff. There's no inflatables, there's no rides, no constructions, no generators. The setup is about 25 tables up and down the street, which cover the food service tables and the tables where people are gonna kind of eat, kind of like a large picnic. We have volunteers and staff serving the food. And we leave a pretty large fire lane on one side of the street so that we're not keeping any emergency vehicles from getting through. There's also no garages.
No
Yeah, there's
garages on the
Right.
street. A
Right.
garage.
Right. There's no garages on the street.
Sounds good. Should I ask Wilma again?
Barbara, I have a question.
Sure.
Barbara, my question is, you said you're gonna have a three-piece brass band, even
Mhm.
though it's not amplified, don't you have to get a permit from the police department for music for that kind of sound?
We haven't been required to in the past. We do have
I mean,
another.
I don't know the law, so I'm asking the
I think
question.
if it's just amplified, that you need to. Am I right? Yeah, you haven't had it in the past?
Yeah, so we have another event, the tree lighting, the Park Avenue tree lighting, where we do have amplified music, and I know they were always required to get a permit for that. But so far, no one has ever mentioned it to us for this kind of thing. But I
I
don't know.
don't know the answer. That's why I was
Yeah.
asking the question.
I have not heard that for this type of thing. It's only with the amplification. Thank you. Any other questions? Wilma, do you have a question? Well, if it's not amplified, no, they don't. Yes. And am I right in saying that if it's not amplified, you don't need it? No, but Wilma's saying you don't need it. She's been doing this for a long time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving to approve? She's
Second.
moving to approve. And Judy?
Second, excuse me, second.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And we'll have the other brick church coming up now for the school fair.
Hi, I'm Ann Shack, and I'm the assistant to the director of the Brick Church School. We're a pre-K that goes from 2 to 5. And we are hoping to have our school fair. It's open to the public. Everything is free. We have 2 bouncy castles, one for the 3-year-olds and one for the 2-year-olds, which is just like a slide. There are craft tables with cookie decorating, face painting, and we are not serving any food. We have a magic show that goes for about 40 minutes at some point, and it's not amplified, it's just a magician. And it's open to the entire public. As Jeff said, we do not have a garage on the block.
Right, thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Yes. Any questions, Wilma? No questions. She moves to approve too, and Judy?
Second,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The next one is the Celebrate the Israeli Parade Festival that's sponsored by JCRC, the Jewish Community Relationship Council of New York.
Oh,
For the
I'm from St.
63rd
Ignatius.
Street.
I think we were next,
Am I
number
right?
10.
No, did I miss number 10? I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry. I
okay.
keep moving my pages wrong. It's yes, you are. It's the Red, White, and Blue Street Fair. Sponsored, but now it's
Yes.
St. Ignatius. Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
shuffling
So
my
my name is
pages
Anna.
too fast. I'm sorry.
It's okay. My name is Anna Sakalis, and I work at St. Ignatius Loyola School. This is about we are a pre-K 3 through 8th grade Catholic school. This is about our 25th year. I think this is my 8th year that we're there, and we're doing this street fair to celebrate the end of the year. It's open to the public. We have inflatable bounce rides. We keep them on the small side. We keep the required, I think it's 15 feet if a vehicle has to go through. We have no vendors, no food, no no music at all. We have no public garages on the block. Our building next door does have, their private garage, and they get ample notice. They've gotten the notice already, and we make sure the week of the event that we send out another letter to all the buildings and to the neighbors on the block. What else was I going to say? We do, for the person who was asking the question about volunteers, all our volunteers are our parent volunteers. And we do sell tickets at a minimum so we can cover the cost of the inflatables. The day of, we continue selling them, and if any child comes and they either don't have money, or they tell us they lost their tickets, or they have no tickets whatsoever, we give them free tickets. We'll give them like 10 tickets so they could be able to do five bouncies. So we never turn a child away. We want no tears on that day. Let me see. I think that's about it.
That's about it.
Please.
You said no food. And again, so a child can buy tickets the day of, right, at the fair, that
Yes.
non-Saint Ignatius.
And the thing is, it's not, non-Saint Ignatius. And we if somebody, what happens to kids will come and say they don't have tickets, and then other children will come and they give us tickets that they found on the floor. So we always have tickets. It evens out. It evens out for those who don't have tickets. For those who lose their tickets, it doesn't matter. We just want them all to have fun.
That's great. Any questions? Wilma, any question?
Move to approve.
It's not exactly a fundraiser. I think it's just to cover the cost. Am I right? Wilma's asking about.
Yes.
So it's to cover the cost, and she said that yes.
Yes.
So Judy's approving. Are you seconding? Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Great. And now number 11 is the reimagining visibility, the Guggenheim. And that will be on 88th Street between Madison and 5th.
Hi, everyone.
Guggenheim came to us also before, I believe, right?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Anna. I'm from the Guggenheim. This would be our third year throwing this event, which is really a celebration of student artists that we work with through District 75, which is a non-geographic district within the New York City DOE. It serves students with disabilities. So the Guggenheim has a partnership, collaboration with them, and this celebration is a way to showcase the artists and artwork that were created through that collaboration. There are no vendors. It's really a exhibition of student artwork. We do have art making stations that are sponsored by the museum and also by District 75 Arts. We often have a face painter, and it's really just a way to showcase the artwork. It's completely open to the public. We encourage visitors from the neighborhood. It's a really lovely day. We have no parking garages on that block of 88th Street.
And there'll be no food, you said, no vendors, no food.
No food, no vendors. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Let me ask.
Thank you.
Any questions, Wilma? What? She moves to approve. Judy?
Second.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now I think I'm right. I'm up to number 12, which is Celebrate Israel's Israel Parade Street Festival, sponsored by the JCRC, the Jewish Community Relationships Council of New York. And that's going to be on East 63rd Street between Madison and 5th. Judy, you have lots on 60s, in the 60s, don't you?
Well, seems like it.
It's fun.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thanks, Barbara. Thanks, Wilma, on the phone.
And Judy.
This is our second time before all of you. Joined here by Todd Berman from Clearview Festivals as well. Last year, thanks to CB8, we were able to initiate the first of its kind Family Street Festival for the Celebrate Israel Parade. And we located it on 63rd Street between 5th and Madison. We had kosher food vendors selling items of Judaica, sitting areas, and games for children. We hope to repeat the success of the street festival this year, expanding it to meet the needs of both the community and the parade spectators. We're fully partnering with the Edmund J. Safra Synagogue, also located on that street on 63rd, to promote the festival. And we have rebranded the name of the festival in light of our partnership with the Edmund Safra Synagogue to the Shuk at 63rd. Shuk meaning Middle Eastern term for an open air marketplace. As I stated last year, we had booths, kosher food vendors, and we have lots of patrons. We created a one-stop shop with the opportunity to watch the parade, go back to the festival, and then go back to the parade again. We have no garages on our block, and we hope that this year will be as successful as last year. Hope to take questions.
June 2nd, is that the Israel
Same day as the parade.
I know, but the parade is for...
It's the Celebrate Israel Parade, the 59th annual.
I know, it isn't their anniversary, it isn't the... that isn't their July 4th, is it?
No,
it's just a regular
no. Yeah.
parade. When you
It's
say
just
you
when
have
we have it.
vendors for food, is it going to be trucks?
Yeah, there will be trucks bringing in kosher food that's been approved by the Edmund Safra Synagogue.
Okay, great. And for those that don't know, the Sephards, I believe, is a Sephardic, those that come from the Middle East, or, you know, a different branch of Judaism, different location of Judaism. I don't quite know how to explain it. Am I right? I suppose.
Also, because we're partnering with them, everyone can be relieved that the level of kashrut, or the level of kosherness, for lack of a better term, is going to be appropriate for everyone.
Right. Great. Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question, Barbara, that just occurred to me now that would apply to any of these groups that have any religious connection, particularly Jewish. Are the police going to be notified of this? And is there going to be security? Because now I see Todd is shaking his head. Maybe he wants to talk about it. Now we hear in the news, we never know what people are going to do. That doesn't make any sense to me. But there might be a security problem with some of these fairs. Todd, can you talk about that?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Barbara. I'm happy to speak to it. I'm happy to tell you what happened last year. We worked very, very closely with the New York City Police Department. JCRD had their own private security, that was there the day of, and worked very closely together with NYPD. We took extraordinary measures, such as with all the garbage cans, okay? All the garbage cans were clear liners. You could see everything. The police department, as I mentioned, we work very, very closely with them. They have been extremely cooperative, and we don't anticipate, we're taking every possible precaution to ensure that everything will be safe to the public.
Well,
I don't know if Howard would like to add anything, or if you'd like to ask any additional questions.
I'm glad to hear that you've thought about this. Barbara, maybe that's a suggestion we could make to our other groups, that they make sure they contact the 19th precinct and make them aware of the dates of their fairs, just in case, people show up and something happens.
Right. I think that's good. I did look at the applications for all, and I think they all do say they have some security, but not necessarily the 19th precinct. And I think that's a good idea. My bet is they're aware of it. I can't imagine any
Well,
institution.
but, I think.
Totally agree with you, Judy. I
I
understand.
think Kevin doesn't have enough to do with his time.
Right.
He could certainly send out a list, the list to the 19th precinct of these fairs that are going on in the community. He could just send out the agenda and say, we want to make sure that you're aware of them.
Thank you.
I can do that, yeah. I'll touch base
Wilma,
with
are you
you.
talking to me? Okay, well, let's.
Banker.
Okay, I'm just talking to Wilma is saying that the 19th precinct has always been involved and they're well aware, but we'll make sure they're extra aware. Okay. Who wants to approve? Do you want to approve it, Wilma? Okay, great.
Second.
Great, thank you. Okay, good luck with it.
Thank you. I hope to see all of you there.
I hope so. The next one is the Convent of Sacred Heart, the CHS Street Fair. That's number 13, am I right? I'm up to 13.
Yes, number 13, Convent of the Sacred Heart.
Okay. Somebody could speak to it. Wilma,
I'm sorry.
I can't hear you. I will pick up the phone periodically. Okay.
Good evening, young ladies and young man. I am back again.
Not
How are
for
you?
young, but anyway, we appreciate that.
Right, I go before you every year. We have 2 dates actually on the calendar that we're looking at. We can start with the first one. It's open to the public. We don't have a garage on the block. Our food is usually cooked on site and we bring it out for everyone. All the signs will be posted. The young lady made a great suggestion about the 19th precinct. We're always in contact with the 19th precinct, as of all of us are retired. So we have the connection with them, so it would be safe. That was I think for the first date. The second date is actually on June 11th, Museum Mile. So the streets are already closed. So we're just asking to close off the street on Madison, because Fifth Aisle is already closed on that day as well.
Okay.
And
and
it's
what
easy,
is the
it's
purpose
easy
of
accessible
this?
to the. Well, the first one is a street fair. So the first one, we will have a street fair. They'll have water games out there for the public. They'll have slides. And the second one will be our senior celebration.
Okay, let's talk about this one first. So this is for what age children? This is
all over. We go all the way from pre-K. We go from pre-K to 12th grade, and we welcome everybody in the community.
And it's free, and the food will
Yes.
be on site. There will be no vendors.
Yes,
no there.
No, because we have a kitchen downstairs and we bring everything out. Refreshments and food, we bring it out.
Okay. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And we are on the block. So she did make a good point about security. We are on the block of the Russian embassy. So since most of us are retired in law enforcement, we do like to make sure it is safe to the public. So we are in contact with the 19th precinct, and they usually try to send someone up just to make sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Talk about the second one.
Okay. The second one is the senior celebration. It's almost the same as we try to do it in conjunction with Museum Mall, because the Fifth Avenue is already closed on Museum Mall that day. So we try to do it on the same day. So it just makes it easier. And as you know, all the museums are free. So it's open to the public. People can walk right through our street. We just like to make sure the other end of the street is closed so the cars can't come down the block.
Now, I know last year there was a question about graduation and so on. This is not graduation.
The second one is graduation celebration. So we do it all in the same day.
And where
They
is
have
the
a
actual
graduation. We have our
graduation?
actual graduation is right down the block at our partner at the Brick Church.
Okay, that's how it was
Yes,
last year. So it's indoors.
yes,
So this
yes,
is
it is
open to the
indoors.
public. Anybody can come to this.
Yes, it is. We use the Brick Church. We've been using the Brick Church for years.
Yeah.
It's at the Brick Church.
And what about food and anything else
It's
like
the
that?
it's the same dynamic because we have a kitchen on site.
And anybody can eat the food?
Yes,
Food from kitchen. So everything is open to the public.
it is. Yes.
Great, thanks.
And we try to do the second day in conjunction with Museum Mall because the police department, they already have that closed anyway. So it just makes it a little easier. And we don't have any garages on our block at all.
Great, thank you. Any questions,
You're
Will?
welcome. I will.
Just 1 second. Yeah, Wilma's asking a question. Okay, what do you want to ask? Right, where the graduation is inside the brick church.
Yes.
So this is the same day as the graduation?
No, we have the Museum Mall is the same day as the celebration.
No,
That
what
is
about
the
the
11th.
graduation?
That's the same day as Museum Mall.
Oh, so the actual graduate, not this festival, but when they're in the
No.
big church, it's a different day
Yes.
or the same day?
Yes. Different day.
Okay, it's a different day entirely. It's totally separate. Okay,
Yes.
everything's open to the public. Okay, great. You want? Okay, so are we, Wilma, you're approving and Judy second?
I'm seconding.
Thank you, young
Okay.
ladies.
So we'll do both, right? Judy, that's for both of them. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great evening.
Thank you. And the last one is Ramaz Block Party. Which
Hi.
will be on 78th Street between Park and Madison. Hi,
Yes. Hi, how are you, Barbara?
good, thank you.
I'm Gabriella Fridman. I'm representing Ramaz. I serve on the Parents Council now for 4 years. This block party has been going on as far as I can remember, but I've only been to 10 of them. So that's all I could go back in my mind. We will serve food inside from our school caterer, and we'll order pizza from a local pizza store and have it inside as well. And we'd like to try and get some ice cream from a community store as well.
You
The
say
party.
inside, but so you mean it's not open to the public? It would be
Oh, no,
just.
no. Oh, no, it is open to the public, actually. We have many local families that come every year that wander through or that hear about it. It's open to anybody that would like to come. And there's no garages on the block, so no issue there.
Okay.
And we have bouncy houses and face paint and things like that for the
And
kids.
I'm sure you're gonna have some security.
Oh, yes, our school takes that very seriously, and they are constantly in contact with the local precinct and the mayor, unfortunately, but they are.
Right. So when you said it's inside, they're using the inside of the school as well as
There's
the,
an auditorium just right inside the doors that they use, but most of it is, I think that's where they serve the food, but all the bouncy houses, face paint, little art projects, that's all on the block.
and if a child wants to wander in and eat piece of
Oh,
pizza
yeah.
or whatever, they can do that.
Of
from the-
course, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really
Yes.
nice.
Any questions, Wilma? Great. And do you approve? Great, thank you. Oh,
I
you
second.
did go? Okay, Wilma said she'd been to your,
Oh, exciting.
right. Judy?
I second.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you. I think that's it. Am I right, Kevin?
So Barbara, I have, thank you, Gabby, for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you
everyone
so
for
much.
coming.
And thank you, everybody. I love
Barbara, I
everything.
have one last thing I want to bring up.
Okay.
So initially the PS6 Spring Fair was scheduled for this meeting, but unfortunately, something was lost in translation, so they didn't respond to any of my emails. But they are here today and they want to present, and they were under the impression that they were going to be allowed to present. So I was
Fine
wondering,
with me.
it's fine with you? We can add
Sure.
an emergency agenda item and include
Sure.
the minutes and everything.
absolute, can we hear them now?
Okay, I just wanted to
I
confirm
mean,
with
I'm
you.
okay. Wilma, you're okay with that, right?
I know there's so much protocol and everything, so.
For what? It's PS6.
And I can read out the thing actually, if we want to
Yeah.
make it official.
Sure. Okay. Great, thank you.
All right, so PS6 Spring Fair sponsored by PS6 PTA, full street closure at East 82nd Street between Park Avenue and Madison Avenue, Saturday, May 18th, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And would you be able to send that to me, just so I have that in my, for the minutes?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll definitely send that to you.
thank you. Okay, and who's here to present?
Hi, this is Jamie Lav. I'm the president of the PTA at PS6. Thank you so much for having us on this call. We had the spring fair every year, other than the few years we were prevented because of COVID. It's a public event, and we have lots and lots of members of the community come who don't have children at the school. And we this year we've been doing a lot of community service work with Team TLC, which helps migrant families, and PS 111, which has taken in a lot of migrant families. So we're going to be working in conjunction with them to bring a lot of those families to our fair so that they can experience the activities and the food. And we have a lot of food donations. Last year, we got, I think, 7 or 8 different pizzerias who donated. The supply house worked with us to do chicken fingers. We had different dessert vendors there who also did donations, and the kids decorated cupcakes. We have bouncy castles, carnival games, face painting, balloon twisting, some sports activities. We're also working with the New York Blood Center to try to have their mobile van there to do a blood drive. And we're collecting used shoes for families that are struggling. And there's no garages on the block. As I said, it's open to the public. Last year it was torrential downpours, so we actually didn't want to meeting the street closure, and we moved it all inside and still had a great event. And as you know, the security is provided by our school safety agents on campus.
And we probably should contact the police and note the 19.
Oh yeah.
They know.
Yeah. No, I worked with them to get, the no parking signs, and we work really closely with them. We had them help do some just light patrols when we had our outdoor amplified movie in our yard, just to make sure that, families felt safe. It was right after the horrible attacks in Israel. And so we've worked really closely with the 19th precinct.
And of course, you have all of the permits for the amplification and all of that. So the food will not be trucks. That's right.
No. There's no trucks.
And
we work
the
with local
donations you're asking. You
businesses.
said new clothing. What I missed what you were saying.
Donations wise, we collected shoes. Last year we collected, I think, about 300 pairs of shoes, used shoes for families in need, both adults and children.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wilma, any questions?
However, I see we have a member of the public who has a question.
Okay.
Trevor?
Sorry, I don't have a question on this. I'm here because I'm supposed to be representing the Guggenheim for Museum Mile Festival, and I wanted to make sure we were talking about that. So no questions on the current item that's being discussed.
I think that person already presented. Your colleague.
No, we did the DFA District 75 block party, but the Museum Mile Festival was supposedly on this agenda today as well. So I know we're in the middle of discussing something else.
Museum Mile. It's not just Guggenheim. It's all the museums.
Oh.
But that was taken off. Should we hear that also?
Oh, yikes. I remember someone, we can talk about this after. Sorry about that.
Sure, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but let's.
I love Museum Mile Festival.
Any other questions for PS6? Okay, I think Wilma already, am I right? Wilma already approved it, right?
Okay, second then.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's great.
Thank you. Hopefully you can come by May 18th.
Yep.
Please do. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Kevin, what should we do?
So in regards to Museum Mile, I sent out the invitation, but I never received anything back. I never received a phone call or an email or anything. So I just assumed that you guys were waiting until like a next meeting or something like that. So I
Okay,
took
do you know who
guys
you
off the list.
contacted, Kevin?
I
Jerry Gallagher,
contacted
maybe?
whoever was on the SAPO application.
Okay.
So let me look that up.
Yeah, probably Jerry Gallagher from the Museum of the City of New York, I believe. He seems to spearhead everything.
1 second. Yeah, I sent it to Jay Gallagher at MC.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just asked, as I said, I work at the Guggenheim Museum, and I was asked to just kind of sit in on the meeting from the Guggenheim's perspective, but I'm not organizing in any way. Just kind of, I'm the director of operations here, so just have a vested interest in everything. So I can go back to our working group and let them know that it wasn't on the agenda for today and that
So
Jerry
we're
needs to
definitely
accept.
going to have, I'm looking at my my spreadsheet right now. We're definitely going to have a meeting late April or early May, Barbara, if that's okay with you guys.
Sure, and we'll talk, sure.
Yeah, so I think you guys it starts in June, right?
It's June 18th, correct?
Yeah, so it's plenty of time.
Okay.
And I'll put you guys first on the agenda and everything to make
Because,
up.
Okay, thank you.
yeah, that's a multi-museum, and I know the police came last year, I believe, to talk about multi-street closures and sort of streets closed, and I know there was some concern about it. So it can't be just the Guggenheim that talks about it, it would have to
Sure.
be
Yeah. No,
more
I
than-
wasn't even intending to talk tonight, to be honest. I was
Okay,
just
great.
going to
Well,
be
thank you for
witnessing.
coming and listening.
Sure, of course. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So those are all the street fairs. The next thing we were asked by Valerie, the chair of our community board, to beef up the application that will actually be part of the minutes. So for those that have questions, Judy, you remember what happened last time. For those that have questions about the street fair, would be able to see a little bit more. And Addison, who's on vacation, as usually comes, was very good at getting a 2-page application. My question is, how much more do we need? Because some of the stuff that's in the original application is not there. Anybody from the public, please look at it and can comment how you feel. And certainly Judy and Wilma, we would like the input. Could you show maybe 2 things? One is the application we have now. I guess you could show any application that you have now, and what's on it, and that what Addison had, and with the hope that this would satisfy questions, and we don't have to go through each one of them individually. People could just scan the applications. Judy, you understand what we're just saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the first time I'm seeing it. I'm just looking at it. Is that
So
the
this
whole
is-
thing? What
This
I'm
is our application that we currently have. And there is a lot of parts further down about what's the precinct and other stuff like that, different names and so on.
Barbara, could Kevin send that to you, me, and Wilma and anyone else who I don't know who regularly comes to the meeting? I don't know if Michelle is coming to the meetings anymore.
No, she isn't. I thought Valerie would be here. It's always Addison, and he's very well aware of this. I also thought that Rita was supposed to come. So
Well,
she's
anyone who's interested, send us the forms and let us look at them, and then we can comment, can either give you our written comments or we can discuss it next
okay.
month.
Maybe the written. Can we just very quickly? Would you mind showing Addison's what he did? He did such a great job.
So this is Addison.
Oh, that's Addison's. Okay. It's just a very simple form that I think, and maybe even if this is added to the original form and only this is part of the minutes, I don't think everybody has to know what is your police station. I mean, I don't think anybody cares. It isn't whether they need to know, but this is the base questions. Where is the food coming from? Do you have outside vendors? Things like that have been the questions that have been asked. Is there a garage?
Okay, so if Kevin could, it's kind of hard to read it that way and see everything. Kevin, if you could send us what you send plus what Addison did, and then we could add or
Okay.
change anything that's
I think
there.
that's a very good idea. What do you think?
Because
Will?
I think we can't
Did
do
you
it
hear
now.
what Judy
I
said?
certainly can't do it now.
Okay, yeah, that I really
That's
should have sent
exactly
it
what Judy's
beforehand.
saying. She says you can't do it. Let's look at, yeah.
Yeah, that's my mistake. I really should have put it on the
Okay.
agenda
So
prior.
what
to the
Judy
meeting.
is saying is on our own, we'll write, why did you write to, I mean, Wilma, or you could write just to Kevin and Will, and they'll send it to Wilma and I, and we'll present it at the board meeting.
And anyone else who, if Rita's interested, anyone else who's interested, I would send it to them.
Okay, so I'll send it. I've already sent it to you, Judy. I
Okay.
just sent it to you. I'll
Okay,
send
great.
out a official email with Barbara, Wilma, Judy, Rita, Addison, Valerie, Will Bill. And then we can review this
Who is
online.
the next
and
one
if
you
guys have
said?
any comments.
Will? You and Will, of course. Yeah. Okay, I think that's fine. That would tend to come. And they can with any other change, but Michelle also, let Michelle
Oh,
say it, because she's the one with the most concern about it. And it would just cut down. I mean, this is something, this is all unanimous that we had, and it would just cut down some of the questions. I'll try to remember, maybe even put in my notes if there are trucks, because that seemed to be an issue, if there are trucks. There was nothing else. Every one of these is a single street. Every one of these is a repeat. Every one of these is open to the public. So I think the only question would be, is there trucks or not? Do you agree, Kevin, or can you think of something else that may be an issue?
I think that's a good thing to put in. Yeah. I think Addison covered it pretty. He did a pretty good job. I mean,
He did a great job.
He has a
That's
sound about
Addison.
sound permits. He has a sound of, yeah, I mean, he has a question about sound permits. He has a question about, is the event open to the public? Will food be served? He even has a little disclaimer, CB8M highly encourages street fair hosts to utilize neighborhood vendors. Is there a parking garage? Yeah. But I'll send it to you guys, an official email, and you know, feel free to let us know if you have any comments.
Right. So we'll wait to hear from you, Judy, and anybody else to see if something needs to be added. But I think you would find this comprehensive. The only thing I'm asking, Kevin, is there's a couple of things missing. And is it necessary to have it on the original application, or should we have this as a 2-sheet addendum to the original? And it's these 2 pages that will be part, and those are the questions I have about it.
What do you mean by the original application?
The one that they're using right now, the application you send out right now, if you would compare.
Okay. So that is done with the street activity permits office. Which is
Oh, okay,
separate
so we
agency.
have
There's
to have
nothing to
that.
do with us. Yeah, I only have
see.
access to that
Kevin,
stuff.
could you send us a blank copy of that as well?
So,
With Addison.
Probably don't have blank.
Could, well, whatever, a filled out one.
Right.
Somebody's, so that we can compare what each says.
Okay.
There's
I'll
no
touch-
urgency. I mean, you have plenty of time to do this.
Oh, a week.
No, I think I have to touch base with Will about this because we have so many rules and bylaws and all that. I think the point of those is only I have access to them, and I share them with Barbara and Wilma because from what Will told me, that is the protocol to share these original applications with the co-chairs only. So
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And we
most
can't
of
get,
it, I can tell you.
wait a
Judy-
minute.
Okay.
I have a suggestion. Let's ask Todd of Clearview Festivals, who was on tonight. He probably, you know him, Kevin?
Yeah.
He probably has a blank application from the city that he can
You
give
know, Judy, we have to use that one. The city wants it. So I don't
know,
think,
but I'm saying Todd can but Kevin doesn't want to give out anything that's filled out. So
okay.
Todd probably has a blank application.
Judy, let me just say one thing. that is an application. I'm just hearing now that it is in our application. So no matter what we do, they have to fill out that application. This would be in addition, and it would just be because of questions that people ask in wanting to vote yes or no on different street fairs.
But Barbara, when I look at this, I want to see what the city is asking. Is this a duplication? I want to see what the city is
Okay.
asking as well as what Addison.
Okay, then I'm going to answer one more thing. What Kevin and Will has said is they really can't share that. There's
Oh, no,
some-
I don't know. I don't, I
Okay.
have to touch base with
Okay.
him because I don't know the
Barbara,
protocol
listen
about
to
that.
me. I'm telling Kevin to call Todd Berman, or I'll call Todd and ask him
Kevin
for
will call
a
Todd.
blank form with no information on it. And that you could share, right, Kevin?
Yes, I think I work with someone with Todd named Robert Ash. He might have
Right,
presented.
or Robert.
Right.
Ask
So,
Robert.
I can see if I can reach out to him and if he can provide me with, like you said, like a blank SAPO form, Street Activity Permits Office form. And if, you know, we can share, it should be publicly available. Like this is what they use, all the applicants tonight use to apply for their permits. So it should be publicly available. So I'll see if I can get you one.
Okay, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
However, I just want to ask Kevin a question, Judy, so don't interrupt. So when we do our minutes and we want to attach stuff there, we can't attach the first one anyway. So we have to make sure the purpose of this one is just to answer the questions that people ask at the community board. Am I right about that? Do you agree with that, Kevin?
So you would have to ask Valerie. From what I understand,
Okay,
this
so
one
take a look at it and see.
is the concerns that the community board has.
And I think this is quite inclusive. I was very pleased with this, and we'll hear what everybody else says. And if we could get it back in a few days, because I would like to add something like this onto the minutes, that we have that in the minutes.
Mhm.
Okay, any other questions, Judy?
No, move to adjourn.
Kevin, thank you so much. Is Will still on? If he's not, tell us we say thank you, and we'll hear from you about our other committees.
All right. Thanks,
All
Judy.
right.
Thanks, Wilma.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Night.
Bye-bye. Okay.